How's it going, everybody? My name is TJ with Homestead Implements, and today we're going to be talking about how you identify what hydraulic couplers are on your tractor and what hydraulic couplers you need on your implement when you're ordering it in order to match and hook up. So let's get to three different styles of couplers that we have here. We have a flat face, we have a poppet, and we have a ball. Now, you can tell the flat face is a little bit different, so we'll hold off on that one for right now. The ball and the poppet, they're very similar, but the biggest difference is that the ball has a ball on the inside edge and the poppet has a little bit of a nipple. So these are male ends. If you look at the female ends, it's the same way. The ball one has a ball on the one side and the poppet has a poppet on the inside as well. So then you can tell the difference between a ball and a poppet for these couplers. So flat face couplers, we only carry one size, which is a 1/2 inch coupler. So you can see they have a flat face on the edge, and these just come together and you just push them together, they snap in, they're good to go. So that's pretty much covers everything about the flat face. We're gonna put these aside for right now and talk a little bit more about the poppets and the ball style. So like I said earlier, the biggest distinction between the poppet and the ball style is that on the inside where they connect, there's a ball versus the poppet. So the ball, as you can see, comes, it's just a little ball, and on the poppet, it's just a little nipple. So one issue is if you connect a ball style, as you can see, a female ball end, and a poppet with a nipple end, and you connect them together, they will connect. You can see they will connect. The problem is that these two couplers will not seal correctly. You're gonna have things that are gonna cause the system to malfunction and not work correctly. You'll have a drop in pressure, you won't be able to use your implement correctly. So figuring out what style and size you have is super important. So we're gonna go across the table and we're gonna show you the differences in sizes. Now keep in mind that the poppet and the ball have the same measurements for 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4 inch. So if I do it all with the ball, then it's gonna be the same for the poppet. If I do them all with the poppet, it's gonna be the same for the ball. So let's start out with a 1/2 inch ball. The 1/2 inch ball should be 1.5 inches across the diameter when you measure them. So as you can see here, 1.5 inches across in diameter. That's the same thing for the poppet, like we said earlier, 1.5 inches across in diameter. So let's talk about the 1/2 inch male end. The 1/2 inch male end might be a little more tricky because you need to make sure you're going over the center of where the nipple or the ball is at. That's how you get the correct measurement. And as you can see, if we go right across the top, that is 13/16. So let's move on to the 3/8 inch. So a 3/8 inch female should be 1 3/8 across in diameter. So when we make this measurement, that's what it is, 1 3/8 inches. So let's go to the male ends. The male end should be 3/4 of an inch. So as you can see, when we do the measurement here, that is 3/4 of an inch across in diameter. Finally, let's talk about the 1/4 inch. The 1/4 inch female end should be 1 1/8 inches. So as you can see, if we go right across the center there, all the way across the center, that's 1 1/8. So if we go to the male ends should be 9/16 of an inch. You go across here, that is 9/16 of an inch. Just as a recap, the 1/2 inch female should be 1.5 inches. 1/2 inch male should be 13/16 inches. 3/8 female should be 1 3/8 inches. 3/8 male should be 3/4 of an inch. 1/4 inch female should be 1 1/8 inches. And finally, the 1/4 inch male should be 9/16 of an inch. So now that we've gone over the different styles from flat face to poppet to ball style, we're gonna now show you what's on the tractor and how you're supposed to make the order. So let's get on the L2501 and show you what kind of hydraulics it has on there. So now that we know what kind of couplers that we have and how to measure them, let's put that into practice. Right now we have the L2501 out here, and we're gonna figure out what kind of couplers we have on the machine. As you can see here, these are both male ends, and these are poppet style that you can tell by the little nipple that's on the end. So next thing we need to do is measure and see how wide it is from the furthest outside brim on this side down across to the other side. Remember, it's important that we go right over across the top and we do not go on either side of this little nipple, because that will alter the actual length that we have across the edge. So go from the 1, you go down across, that is 13/16. So that means that these are 1/2 inch male poppets. So now that we know what we have on the tractor, we need to go online and select the right coupler style for the implement we're ordering. So as you can see here on the page, the first thing is the type of coupler that you need. When you select that, you're going to select a poppet style coupler. The next thing is the first hydraulic connection. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the 1/2 inch female, and you're gonna select 1/2 inch female. The second coupler, since we have 2 males on our end, we're gonna find another 1/2 inch female. And then you're gonna fill out the brand of the tractor, which is Kubota, and then a loader, which is an LA 525. And then select your delivery option: contactless, standard delivery, or the liftgate service. This is all up to discretion of how you want your delivery to be done. Just make a note that any implement that is over 72 inches cannot go over a contactless delivery. It has to go standard or liftgate serviced. If you guys have any questions about what we talked about today in this video, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you out and walk you through it. You can give us a call at 833-625-0635. Have a good one.